Good morning, guys. Welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove, and it is New Year's Day, and we made it, right? And so, yeah, I just today I would like my day to be a hybrid, if you will, of house caring, organizing, starting, just sit down, collage. I want to start gluing some of my books from my junk journals. I want to sew some cards, do some organizing of art stuff. So I'm going to take you with me as much as I can. The first thing I'm going to start on, though, is on New Year's, I like to clean my bathroom out. I don't know if it was last year or the year before I did a major declutter, letting things go, purging to my sister-in-law was helping get things for a women's shelter. So that was amazing and fun. And I really have not worked that hard to replace things. Why? I have everything I need. Like, why am I going to buy a facial mask when I have them unless someone says this is the best thing ever? But, so that's what we're going to do. Also, in my room, I have two big things of two cat beds full of toys that are Claire's and Oscar's. So I took the one bed up from the living room to make it less commotion-y because of the holidays. So I'm going to bring that back down. But I want to go through and really purge it and have some for the food bank and have some for Angela's cats I'm going to visit. Just organize it up. There's some stuffed animals I like, that kind of thing. So I want to do that. At some point, I want to go through my makeup with y'all and organize that and let more stuff go. And my nail stuff. So I'm not sure what will get done today. Definitely the bathroom and the cat stuff I want to do. Then I'm just going to, work on my kitchen, de-Christmasing, undoing Christmas. And, I actually have a Trader Joe's haul today. We're going to have some lunch together and have some Trader Joe's samples. And what did I get from the flyer? It is what it is, right? We'll just see what was good so we can put on our list for next year. And I want to do a good refrigerator clear out, of course. And and then in my living area, I'm going to undo the mantle, I think. I'm going to pick and choose. But I'm starting to get up early in the morning, and I want some, like a half hour every morning to be about that. Now, my problem is, I got to get stuff to the garage. My hands are, not the best, but that's not the biggest thing. If I have everything packed, ready to go to the garage, that's okay. So that's what's happening today. And, a little rest here and there and reading. I want to go through some books. I have books, some pop-up books I want to share with you guys. I got lots of stuff planned in my head. I want to start on my clothes again and take you on my studio, my library. So we want to get back to the 25 things. That seems to work for me. So that's what I'm going to work on. And it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy. And I'm thinking about, shopping, not shopping, but I do think that I like to go out occasionally. But, I'm going to work on my Dollar Tree. Is this something I really want? Kind of thing. But I want to show you what's out there too. I should be able to go into the store, show you guys, and maybe get one thing, maybe not get anything. Maybe put it away in my head. We're going to do some thrifting. I'm also going to do some thrifting from my house. Put it in a bag. I'm going to show you as if I just got it, because really it's thrifted just over many years. But I want to share some of the fun stuff I have. And Beverly and I are on this tear to do these wreaths, and I want to take stuff from, I only have two things. I took out my big candy cane because the wind was crazy, but my Santa to put back, I have my big other Santa to put back, and my wreath I'm going to put on a table in my studio and put all the Christmas stuff I'm collecting in the middle so I can start working on that wreath, right? So I got all kinds of fun ideas. How lucky. Ideas are never an issue, ever an issue for me. It's time, focus, figuring it all out. maybe staying off Instagram because that gobbles up time. Unless, there's a woman I found, I think her name's Jane Chipp, Chipp. Oh my God. I love her stuff. And it inspired me, and I can sit down and do it immediately. Now, I'm trying to figure out these little books she made. They're all just from ephemera. She's on Instagram, Jane Chipp. And then oh my God, especially Mary Lee. Check it out. It's amazing. But I think she said, I don't know, but I can make signatures and start doing art on it without having to figure out how I'm going to bind this book, because I got a junk journal that I want to use a composition notebook with. Beverly's making a golden book for me. And then there was one other. I want to have 3. Oh, I'm going to do an altered book A to Z for Christmas. So that right now is going to require ripping out. I have the book. It's going to require ripping out pages, gluing pages together, kind of in my head, like scoping out. Maybe I'll have to show you my bird book I did. It's so funny because I have one spread left. Now this book, I want to say 2004, 2005. I love this book. And I have one spread left for M. What was going to be Magpie or Mother Goose, but I think Merry Christmas Birds. Bring a little Christmas into that book. So I want to show you that. And and I just want to do some like quick collaging every day. There's all kinds of amazing free tutorials out there. And you guys, I want to work on my thumbnails. This is, I want to work on my banner. So like when you see my thing, I want that to be done. And that's a matter of figuring out what pictures I want. I want to work on my thumbnails. And soon Mark and I are, I'm going to try to narrow them down. We're going to try to figure out, we get in a routine like, oh yeah, the third, this of whatever, Sunday of the month is when we're going to go do something. I don't know, but try to figure that out. And I got hot chocolate taste test coming for y'all. So a lot of fun stuff. And it really does give me, sharing. One, it's like a diary, a journaling for me, a verbal journal. And, and I want to connect with people, and I want, I still think that in this world, it looks like everyone has it together. And some people do whatever that means to them, right? With my brain and my life circumstances, that's going to look different than somebody, who has been happily married, had a great family life, had a career they loved. And, it's just different. Our journeys and everyone struggles in different ways. So I just want people to know that you're not alone. And whatever, I was watching some of this Idaho murder stuff, today I'm watching a little bit right now, and then I'm going to be done because there's nothing new. I don't know why some things suck you in and some don't, but I try not to ever be sucked in, but I did. Like I did not get sucked into the Gabby Petito thing, but I did the condo collapse. Whatever it is, I'm sucked in. Trying to limit it. So there was a very awkward interview. I thought it's interesting, these talking heads, right? And they get these experts. Well, these are just, YouTubers. Well, it's not true. Some are news people. It's a variety of people, which I love. That's one of the things I love about YouTube is I don't have to be Jennifer Aniston or whoever, Melissa McCarthy, to communicate with people, to share my creativity and my thoughts and my experiences with people. That's what I love. And it's the same thing. So there's a couple of people I really like. There's one called, her name is Gisela, Giela, but I think it's Grizzly True Crime is her YouTube channel. And I just like her, right? I mean, she's South African living in the Netherlands, and she's not sensationalized. She gets interesting people. She puts a lot of time and effort into her channel, y'all. A lot of time. So I follow her. I can't remember. There's a couple like retired cops I like, but I can't remember what show it was. All right, there's a guy, I can't think of his name. Surviving the Survivor. That's it. And he was a reporter and stuff, but he had a couple people on, but there was one woman who was like a doctor, I don't know if she's a licensed social worker, psychologist, something like that. But she specializes in OCD. And because now they're trying to claim this guy's OCD, this one they've arrested for the murders, because he has something about like having to have his he's extreme vegan. Okay. But she was talking, and it's interesting. You can see she was awkward as heck, which I kind of like. I just like she was awkward. She was squirming. She was deferring. The whole thing was fascinating, and she doesn't work with murderers or sociopaths or serial murderers. That's not her thing. She's a little horrified. But one thing I think she did say that I think was interesting is, and when they were talking about OCDC, you could almost feel her roll her eyes like, you don't get it, right? People don't. Of course they don't get it. I mean, to use it in a legal term. But one thing she said was really interesting. Because like whatever happens to people, but and she talks about the mind, like really there's so many different definitions from the mind. There's no real, I mean, in a sense, everything's made up, right? But she was talking about the mind. But what she said was that we all have dark, evil thoughts, right? They're flashes or this. I mean, it's a human experience, whether it's something you watch on TV reflecting back in your head. There's so many things, but she said the difference is like she said, I don't know, I guess she lives in California. I don't know, some road name that, she'd like to kill everyone on the road that's not going the speed limit or more. But she goes, I choose not to, right? Like we all have that. Like I could kill someone or, I will say this, when my mother was sick in rehab and hospitals and people were mean and cruel, and they were, I just want to beat the crap out of people. Like I told my brother, it was interesting in the beginning, my brother's like, calm down. No, there's two people, if I saw them in a parking lot, I would have to restrain myself because they were so horrible to my mother. Y'all, horrible to this vulnerable, weak, dying human being. So people are human, but these two were above and beyond. But my brother had a situation, long story short, in a hospital, trying to get my mom hospitalized. And he spent literally 12 hours trying to get this to happen. It didn't happen. And he understood how I felt then. Like he had to go out and drink at a bar. Because common sense does not rule the day. It doesn't. And of course, and like even, some things are so horrific. Or, you can be in danger because you think like you do. You don't think like some predator or some horrible person, right? So, to live your life with sense of safety, but then also awareness, right? I don't know. It's all complicated, right? But there's a point. The mind's complicated and dark. But you may have thoughts, but you choose not to do it. Now, can you choose? Can you not? I don't know. All this is so, interesting. There's a woman who I forget what she's, I guess she's a profiler. I don't know what she is. There's so many people I get confused. But she is someone who teaches at a university that this guy who got arrested took classes from her, right, on serial murders. So she obviously is not, she's been a talking head, but she's not going to comment right now. I'm sure she can be part of the investigation. But they were saying something like, they're pulling her earlier interview, something about evil. She goes, I don't like the word evil because that is biblical. That is religious. I thought that was kind of interesting. To interrupt myself, I made an alarm to get pictures. Allie asked to see pictures of my mom. So I'm going to do that today too at some point. But she said there's psychopathy, there's, sociopath, all these things and she said, as we don't understand the mind, but as we're starting to, are people born? Is it beyond control? Like, is there just like a mutant gene? I don't know. But how does the society, I mean, God, you can see one day some little kid, they can scan the brain and think, oh, well, you're going to be a serial murderer. So therefore, we're going to lock you up. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on. So anyway, it's fascinating to me. I will say I can be influenced, and I might be shutting the blinds in my house more than I have. I've never felt not safe in my house, but you don't know. So this is why I don't do this stuff. And so I'm limiting it now because there's going to be just talk and crap coming out until apparently when he's back in Idaho and he's claiming he's not guilty, I guess. Then they can release some more of the stuff. And I will watch it. Yeah. So I forgot my original point. if you're new here, that's normal. But yeah, so it's just a place to connect and be real and share experiences and stories. And I know we all have more in common than we don't. Some people are here just for hauls. I get that. So yeah, and I'm going to work on the hauls being smaller. I'm still in the middle of my Dollar Tree haul. And I have like at least two more for sure. And Trader Joe's hauls and all that kind of stuff. But I also am going to haul from my pantry and my own. I'm reading my freezer down, y'all. I'm very proud. Yesterday I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things from my freezer, right? And only the mixed vegetables went back. And I'll be making something with them. I also want to make some borscht. The only thing I need for my borscht, my dad lineage is Swedish. Oh my God. I need to find this picture of my grandfather, who my dad lost him when my dad was 2, right? So he never really knew him. Gorgeous hunk of a Swedish man. Oh my God. And his mother, who died before I was alive, but my brother knew, she got remarried. But she, I think on her side, there's some Ukrainian, Polish, Russian, that Eastern European thing. I don't really know. I need to talk to my cousin and do a little bit more work on that. Whoa! I'm trying to get my niece up on that, right? But let's add that to my list. No, I would like some more pictures of him. Anyway, I'm going to connect with my cousin and figure all that out, my other cousin. So, but anyway, borscht was my dad's specialty to make, right? He loved borscht. I have his pan, his pot. It's funny. I don't know where I put it somewhere. Because it's not quite big enough, but it's been in his family, so that's kind of cool. It's somewhere in my house, maybe out in my garage. But yeah, so borscht with meat, and I've made it before on my channel. So the only thing I really need is, because I have the stew meat, I have beets, potatoes. I'm pretty sure I have beef broth. I want to figure out, you guys, and let me know down below. How do you make stew meat that's actually tender? Mine always tends to be really super rubbery. So I'm doing something wrong, obviously. Probably rushing some kind of process. So if you can put in the comments, how do you make stew meat not rubbery or make it very tender? But then I need a little bit of cabbage. Now I had seen someone on a haul in Trader Joe's bought a little tiny head of cabbage. But cabbage isn't that expensive. But I don't like even the normal amount my father would have put in. So I like even less. But I do like it in there. So that would be the only thing I need to get. Is a head of cabbage. So no reason to rush over to the Trader Joe's, y'all. I will be going there next week because I need some more salad. As long as they have that apple salad, y'all, I'm going. But yeah, so we're going to do some shopping from my pantry and my refrigerator, my freezer. Again, see how much money I can save by using what I have. Now, I'm out of hamburger except for 2, and I do enjoy hamburger, so that will go on my list, right? Stuff like that. I still have enough fruit right now. I would like some bananas. I want to start having smoothies every day or every couple days. Because 1, I'm going to use up the fruit I have, but 2, it does make you feel better. For me, it's easier to add things that are healthy, to push out things that aren't, than to restrict. Restriction makes my brain go nuts. So like adding, like my goal is, my only really truly thing I'm gonna try to accomplish every day is water, right? Between 60 and 80, and again I said 100 would be the best, right? But within that window I'm going to be happy, because some days especially with my stomach, I had stomach surgery, so it's small, you just can't. But also, the more water I drink, the less room there is for food. So when you hit the stomach surgery, water, protein, and vegetables and fruit, those are how you. And then I'm going to try to drink like 8 ounces before coffee. Get up, especially now that I'm getting up early, have my water, do some of these things I want to do for myself, and then, start my coffee. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Lots of stuff. I did not get off my list going to the post office. Yesterday was foggy, and I had in my mind, literally, I wanted to go to Aldi, Big Lots, Dollar Tree, the Amish, and the post office. Thought, no, we're not, no. It's foggy. I don't know. We're not going anywhere. So that's how that works. Sometimes, again, it's not, as the social worker was talking about, it's not the impulses. Impulses come, right? Your brain is like that. But your choosing is where and some people, I don't know, can't. I don't know. I definitely have food issues, food disorder, whatever that means. And it's chemical. It's truly partly chemical. I know if I got off everything, which I've never, you do when you go in this weight loss thing. It's crazy. That sugar and carbs make you crave, right? So it's a drug. But to get to that point, yeah. So we'll see. All kinds of thoughts and feelings. But water, y'all. Water. And I said this, I think, yesterday. My mom's physical therapist for vertigo was like, hyperhydration is the key to everything. And I would say some people are really good at it. I like water, so I'm not somebody who hates water. It's not torture for me. It's just a matter of putting my focus on it. Of course, summer is so much easier. But I also have these vitamin C packets. Have one of those a day. It makes the water a little tart. I don't like those. Like, everyone hauls these things from not Trader Joe's, Dollar Tree and Walmart. Like, they're little powders, and I think they have sucralose or stuff like that in it to make your water sweet. I don't like that at all. So, and I have my seltzer water, which I love. So yeah, for me, cutting out calories drink-wise. But I love my coffee. Gotta have my coffee, and sometimes some Trader Joe's tangerine juice, y'all, especially in the winter. You feel like you need a little hit of sunshine that way. But yeah, so little Claire's sleeping. Her nose is stuffed up. I just don't know. I mean, she's eating, she's playing. She's probably not super comfortable, but the money's one thing, but of course I would sell a kidney, y'all, for her. But do I want to put her under? Do I want to put her through that? With Oscar, it was so hard. So I don't know. I'm trying to see if it will clear up. Got the humidifier going and nose drops. Today, she has a nail appointment. Let me show you. There she is. Sleeping. Because I don't want to bother her now. But she has a nail appointment. And it's usually a scene. I would film it for y'all, but I curse. It's a fight. So I have to capture when she's like that. And I can usually get one paw. That second paw, you guys. Now the second like this. I try to do that one first because it's a thing. But the sun is shining, y'all. Let me show you. Isn't that nice? So yeah, so I am going to do some thinking today and planning, and this idea of getting, I would love to get up at 5, y'all, but I know right now in winter I cannot do this, but I can get up at 6, between 6 and 6:30, and that gives me a lot of time to do things I want to do, like work on my YouTube channel, meditate, just have time to play with Clara, house care, that kind of thing. So I'm excited about that. And I need to write things down, but I don't tend to look at it. So I want to change that. I want to make that a habit where where I look like, okay, what was I? Because I move on, and it's the nature of ADHD. I've been doing a lot of reading about ADHD and understanding. Of course, ADHD looks different on everybody, right? Just like being overweight is different for everyone, the reasons and experience and all of that. But yeah, so that is something of all the research I've done. I'm going to just keep referring to that. And it's very hard for me to have one notebook, right? One agenda. But I'm going to really challenge myself to, I'm going to have one that's like for appointments and stuff like that. And then one is like a list I'll have to show y'all where you just write down things you want to do, and then I can carry them over or just work on that list, not a daily list kind of thing, but just in general, here's what I'd like to do. Here's what I'd like to learn on YouTube. Here's what I'd like to learn on Instagram. Here is the decluttering, I want to work on. But again, my goal is 10,000, and I'm just going to say I'm at 2,500, right? I can't, if I go back and try to figure that out, and there's a lot of things I didn't film. So 2,500, that's pretty darn good. That's a quarter. So I'm going to work on that. I want to do some clothes because some of the clothes are just too big for me and I don't like them. So I'm going to have a pile where as I try things on and I don't feel good in them, then they're just going to go right in there. And when I get to 25, then I'll do a little haul on it and take them to the food bank. So yeah, but I've been doing pretty good. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of myself. It's just a lot. Because it's not my stuff alone. It's my mother's too. It's just all intermingled. And yeah. And then I want to do some cooking. And, with sweets, instead of buying them, I'd like to make my own cookies because the chances are I'm going to be too lazy. But I do tomorrow. I want to make some, there's 3 cookies I chose. I want to make them. There's a peppermint mint one. There's, the praline one, maybe not all at one time, and then oatmeal with raisinets. So those are the 3 I would like to do. But yeah, so there's so much going on in film, and I want to find, look through cookbooks and find old or interesting things. I've been teasing Sue that we need to do Julia Child cooking. Now again, she doesn't eat meat. So there's a lot of stuff Julia Child cooked that didn't have meat. But I have 2 of her. I have her original, not original copies, but I have the 2. Mastering the Art of French Cooking. So I don't know, just so many good ideas. Let me know, what do you want to see? Right? And I got puzzles. I have one little puzzle I'm going to do, and then I'm going to have y'all choose for me on Instagram maybe what I should do next. So it's a balance of stuff, you guys. I am literally never been bored. Well, sometimes, if I'm in a place and I have access to things, but my head is so entertaining, but really never bored. But yeah, and then it has some rest time, and just, I know in the winter, if you follow the seasons, it is about resting, recovering, refreshing, that kind of thing. Luckily it's going to be, I feel like almost 60 today. Wow. So I do plan to, I might do like an hour later. What I want to do is clear out my car. Like I got everything returned out of there. It just looks like crazy. So I want to do that. I want to, make sure all my recyclables are ready to go. And then I have this bookcase of all cool old books. So I want to make a tunnel to the one side. So I can, and actually maybe what I'll do is I'll keep my car out tonight and then pull some stuff. And then tomorrow, and I want to just go through some boxes of stuff that I know has paper I want to use in my art. And I've got to make space to bring down some of the Christmas. And like I said, I'm actually going to talk with Joe from the food bank and see if there's someone I can hire that, would be fun to be around, and I can help them, and, like $20 an hour or something, and help me because my hands hurt. I got to protect my hands. So somebody who's young and can go up and down ladders and up and down stairs and move things. So I think that, and then again, like I said, it's like working with a trainer. You're going to a trainer, so I will work hard with the trainer, where it's so hard to do it on my own. But, not that I'm not doing it, but like, oh yes, this is the, this Sunday I have 3 hours, so get ready. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'd like to know what you guys are up to, or you just don't think about anything, just living your life, right? Who on earth? I have about 100 books I want to read and listen to. So I'm lucky like that, right? Okay, guys, so I am going to do my bathroom. I will probably, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I might do the time-lapse thing for some of it. And, yeah, but it'll be nice. And then my goal tonight is have a nice hot bath in my lovely organized bathroom. Right now it is a Christmas bathroom. I've been trying to use all my hair utensils, like this thing. They're all in the sink right now. So I wanted to see if I liked them. Do they work? Why am I hanging on to stuff if I'm not going to use it? So far, I've liked most of them because I've gotten rid of a lot a couple years ago. So that kind of stuff, y'all. Okay, I'll see you in my bathroom.